Good morning, good morning. What have we got here? Hello, hello, hello. Same time, same place, same station, same work. If there's one thing about doing this sort of thing, repeating all the time, it sure helps people understand how repetitive a printmaker's work and life can be, you know? Absolutely. We get some interesting times doing new stuff, and we get a lot of steady times doing the same thing. I guess it's the same as anybody's job. School teacher, bus driver, you name it. X% new, 99.9% repeat the same things again and again. That's how it rolls. So, as we said yesterday, I've got 60 sheets they need me to do of the owls. We're out, totally out again. If anybody happens to order one overnight, you must have got the message saying stand by. It'll be a few days before we can send it. Paper's a little bit hard this morning. I should have moistened it up a little bit more before I went to bed last night. Okay, let's roll. Let's roll. What's this? Is the bot? Has that been there for a while, or is this something new? These goddamn owls. I hadn't seen that before. I'm sorry if it's new or what. Got the sunshine off the hotel window there. It's on the very first window in the row. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more to come. I think I'll leave it. What's William up to this morning? I think he's downstairs, and he's either one of two things. He's either on his phone, or I hope he's getting the drawing ready for the... He's been planning the browser bins, the cabinets that we are going to put the prints in, and it's a complex building process, and we're being really careful. Plan it carefully, what's the expression? Measure twice, cut once. Well, we're like measuring 100 times before cutting. So he's busy with that job downstairs this morning, leaving me to, do the actual, real work. Height. Bit close here. It's okay, it's not a new command on the else. I didn't know. I'm sorry, I hadn't seen it before. The street around us has come to realize little bit by little bit what's happening, that we're going into the shop downstairs. And I don't know all the people in these shops that are nearby. There's what they call a shoten guy, a community of the shop owners. We haven't been allowed or asked to join up to now, because there's sort of a generic rule in place that only people with street level shops are part of the Merchants Association. And I don't know why that rule should be there, but I can guess. And it's because further down the street here, up on the second and third floors of one of the nearby buildings, there's a few offices of, what are they called these days? Anti-social groups or whatever. So I think they made their rule that the Merchants Association would just be actual shop owners downstairs rather than tenants in the buildings upstairs. So we didn't fit their criterion, so we weren't asked to join. And it may have partly been because we're a new face and they didn't expect us to survive anyway. Who knows? Anyway, I chatted with the owner of it the other day. He came by, like he saw the construction and poked his nose in the door. So, what do you do? Bring him in, tell him what's going on, whatever. And so he said, good, you're in, are you? And I said, sure. So as of next April 1st, which is when things start in Japan, next April 1st, we're in the shop association, which is, actually it's more responsibilities than rights. There's, of course, fees every month, which go towards the street lighting and maintenance and stuff like that. And then there's a cleaning every month. The first Tuesday of every month at about 9 in the morning, everybody has to get out and send people to contribute to the street cleaning system. When I say street cleaning, what I mean is we hose down the sidewalks and the road, scrub with scrubbing brushes, sort of wipe down all the light stands, the fire hose, check the fire hose that's outside at each end of the street. Just check the normal maintenance on the stuff, And this is the responsibility of the people that live on this street, to live and work on this street, So we've escaped that so far, but now starting in April, we'll be part of that system. The funny downside on that, on the cleaning thing, the street cleaning that happens on the first Tuesday of every month is, I guess over the years they've worked out their routines for this, and each person and each crew has a certain sort of job that has become their job. The crew from that shop does the scrubbing of that sidewalks. The crew from this shop wipes some of the light stands and stuff. And the guy who used to be in our shop downstairs here, the guy who ran the jewelry shop downstairs, he's taller than I am. He's maybe getting close to 2 meters, I guess. He's really quite a tall guy. So his assigned function in all the cleaning was he had to get on a stepladder and do the wiping of the, I don't know what to call them. People who've been to the street know there's all the way down the street, there's photographs of old comedians. This used to be a theater district and a theater street. So I think there's 36 of them. There's 36 lit up panels with photographs of comedians, old style comedians on them. These are people I don't know. They're long dead comedians from the pre-war time. But because he was the tallest guy on the street, nobody else could reach these. That was his job to do those. And I can guess who's going to be the one to do it from now on. So I can see that's my job. I know probably the first Tuesday of every month from now on my stepladder, reaching up to wipe the dust off these long dead comedians' faces. What I should do, I suppose, is study up a little. Each of those comedians, this is before TV and stuff, and they were on stage. And most of them had what they call catchphrase. Even when I was growing up as a kid, watching TV in the 1950s and stuff, you had people like, what was the guy called? Jack Benny, whatever. He had sort of a catchphrase. Actually, I was going to say, I don't even remember what it was. He used to put his hand up like a snap, whatever. Each comedian had a catchphrase or gesture or something like that. And I should get up on YouTube or something and find out the catchphrase for each one of these guys and chant it as I'm cleaning their face or something. It'd make a cool video, actually. It'd make a good YouTube video. Still, yeah, this is too high. What those things electricians wear, they put them on their shoes so they can do the lights in a house while they're working on it. These are higher than that. Ogata-san, the guy that was here, he's, like I said, 2 meters. He had a step ladder, and he's on the top of the step ladder. So I don't know. Real stilts, maybe, yeah. Street performer Dave every Tuesday. They could charge admission. Stream me cleaning the streets. Yeah. And this is the thing. So Tuesdays is our closing day, the day I go to Ome. So this is real trouble for us. It's really not good timing. None of the other staff is going to want to come in on Tuesdays just to clean the streets for an hour and then go home. So what are we going to do? We have to participate. Absolutely. There's no way in an organization like this you can say, well, I'm a little too busy this week, can't do it. You know, maybe once in a while you could do that, but you can't. We're going to have to participate. So what I'm thinking is about the Ome thing. Maybe that won't so much be a Tuesday thing anymore. But because now that Cameron's here, I could maybe get out and stuff like some other weekday, maybe a Thursday or something, and go out to Ome on a different day of the week. So I don't know. Looking good. This is paper I sized myself a few days ago. I've got some test sheets of the new paper in here as well. Everybody who's printing these days, Ishikawa-san, she'll be in later this morning at the bench next to me there. She's doing a bunch of loot prints. We're already doing loot reprints. We're going back and printing more because of the subscriptions have been so good. So I think she's reprinting loot number 2 already, even though the main shipment of it just went out. And everybody's doing, whoever does a batch of prints now, they're getting some of the new paper in as a few sheets to test it. I should watch here. Next printer Dave hires is super tall. How tall am I? I think I used to be, I don't want to talk about this actually. I have the memory that I'm 180. It was also like 179.9 or something all through my, 20s and 30s and whatever. Every time you go for the medical check, they put you on the thing and on the rack and hide it. So I have the number 179 point something, nearly 180. I don't know in inches and feet. I'm sorry. I don't know, whatever. But when I was in the hospital for a checkup. When was it? It was last July? No, May or July or something. A major checkup. One of these, you go to stay in the hospital overnight and you're checking all over. I had become 65, so it was time to do that sort of thing. So I was in the hospital, and the first thing they do is they do the height and weight thing. So I get on the thing, weight, it's 63, same as always. Get on the height, and she says, I forget the number. She said 177. I said, no, you made a mistake. I know, check the thing again. She looked down, I'm not on shoes or whatever, stands up again. She says, no, it's 177. And I said, I wouldn't give up. I said, no, I'm not. I'm 179 something. So she got a little bit flustered, had me turn around, face the thing, put her hand on, bang, I stepped off. It's 177. So there I am. I'm the incredible shrinking woodblock printmaker. If you count my hair, I can do it. Did you see the comment on YouTube the other day? I shouldn't talk about this. I've closed that browser. Let's see if I can get up here. Yeah, I've closed the browser. Somebody made a comment on one of the YouTube videos. I forget the exact words. It said, pleasant voice, whatever, nice voice, pleasant demeanor, wonderful hair, subscribed, like, what? Everybody see how I dropped it down the hole. Yeesh. Hoot, 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 hoot. We should get a theme song. The theme song for the owls. The funny thing about that hair, though, is, somebody's made that nice comment, but if I own up to the nice comments, I also have to own up to the other comments, One, I can't say a common one, but one that comes back every few months, twice a year or something, whatever, somebody makes a comparison. Oh my God, Charles Manson is making videos, So the people who look at the hair and beard and whatever, there's more than one way to look at things, you know. So. Charles Manson's Woodblock channel. At least it's clean, you know, I washed it this morning. Younger guys, happens to all of us, lost 2 centimeters in 20 years. Yeah. I guess it's gonna, can you see me in 10 or 20 more scrunched over, you know, I don't know. At least, because of the way we sit, you know. The older printers I've met here, over the years, and even there's one particular guy, one of the first printers I met here, he would have been at that time in his 40s, I guess. Normal guy, quite stocky, quite chunky, sits cross-legged on the floor like they all do. You know, we do this feet inside thing. He sat cross-legged, and I met him again, and we see him all the time, but I met him about a few months ago. I had gone to see if he had any knowledge of other printers we could use. And he got up from the floor and came towards, and oh my God, I got to show you. The guy got up, and he walks sort of like this. His legs are bent like this, and he's hunched over. And he looked like some kind of caricature of a zoo animal or something. And just simply because he spent all his working career sitting cross-legged, leaning forward and doing this, you know. So you think I'm losing 2 centimeters? That's nothing. This guy must have lost, you know, he's scrunched over and hunched and just doesn't stand up anymore. And it's because we've seen this sort of thing that all of us here, we're determined, you know, we've worked out this new way to sit. We do not want this to happen to our bodies, you know. In the old days, whatever, they just didn't think about it or just didn't care. Well, we don't want to end up looking like that. Planet of the Apes moment. Did somebody twitch it? I don't know, did somebody clip it? I should have known better than to try that. Another beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day in Tokyo. We had some snow a few days ago, but it's beautiful now. Can we get a set of these for you for your cleaning day? I don't know if I can see the link. I've closed my browser in the background here because I don't want to interfere with the stream. I'm not sure if I can, if I should do much poking around here. Extra tab in Google. What are we seeing here? What are these things for? Bro, jump into action. They're for fun, are they? Not for... It would be an interesting video, that's for sure. What's the question? How much of the pigment gets absorbed into the block each time? I can't put a number on it. Some, almost nothing. I've put, you know, pigment paste water on the block right now. I'm taking time. You've seen me each time. I'm taking time to try and spread it around as smoothly as I can with no lines and variations. This is a wide open sky block, and the slightest variation or scratch on the line it'll show. So the block surface is wet right now, moist. And after I pull the paper up, it should be, hang on a sec. pigment, of course, has been transferred to the paper. If I take a clean tissue here now and rub this wood surface, the part we've just printed, what comes up, the faintest tinge of blue. I think I'm going to touch the edge there. Let's try and stay in the middle. Next to nothing. It's a faint, tiny tinge of blue. But the block is blue. If I washed this at the sink now and came back and tried to make a yellow print on it, it's going to come up green because there's so much blue pigment saturated into this thing. So this block does have pigment gone down into it. But the question, how much of the pigment goes into the block? Basically nothing. I put it on, prints to the paper, put it on, prints to the paper. Some tiny fraction of it has stained the wood. Even just there sitting and talking for a minute about that, it's changed the feeling of it. The wood is a tiny bit drier. The rhythm is so important. Just that one stop there. What did I stop for? 30 seconds to show you and talk. It's changed it. I think the next sheet up is the new paper. I'm not sure. Thought I saw it in the batch there. Yeah, the new paper, one of the thin ones. I said we had two thicknesses on the new paper, what they call 8 momme and 11 momme, an old Japanese measure of weight. Actually, I misunderstood earlier. I might have explained it to you earlier as a measure of thickness. I was wrong. I've learned. Just a sec. I don't know if I've updated the screen here. The paper maker, this new paper maker, he was here in Tokyo earlier this week. And we're talking about this and that and this and that and this and that. And we were not complaining to him. We were just, whatever, giving feedback on how it's been so far with this paper, what we've liked about it and what we haven't liked about it. And as part of the conversations, we were talking about the thickness and the weight and stuff like that. And in his catalogue, he's got no printed catalogue, but in his description of his paper, he says he's making it available, or he will be making it available as far as 8 momme, 11 momme, and 14/15 momme. And I had thought that was a measure of thickness, but it's not. It's an old measure of weight. Here in Japan, it's metric these days, of course. They went from their old traditional system, shaku and sun and momme and stuff. They jumped directly to metric. But in some fields, the people who make tatami mats, some construction dimensions, old wood blocks and paper, stuff like that, still uses the traditional dimensions. But as I said, I had thought it was a measure of thickness, but it's not. It's a measure of weight. I guess that matches in the West. When you buy paper commercially, they're talking about X grams per square meter or something like that. It's got that sort of thing. So in the stack here, I've got 2 sheets. This is the 11. That was the 8. This is a thicker one, the 11. And this is hard. It feels quite hard to me right now. This is hard. This is interesting. I've tested this just now. I've tested this paper in isolation before, but never actually together with a batch of the previous paper. And at the same level of moistening, doing your brush the same way, this new paper is hard. So clearly it's going to need more actual water to get it to the same level of softness. That was hard work. Next is our traditional paper. I finalized the design for the new shop space. So finalized in the sense of finalized on paper, what we're actually going to be able to build. You know, as we're doing it, will probably come up differently. But yeah, I do. Yeah, I haven't got a new PDF file ready. Let me, try to remember this for tomorrow. Put update to the new PDF file so people can see it. Plan D, I think it was. Why does he put that paper? This is to protect the back of the washi paper. I've moistened it so that it really has become quite soft. And I'm not sure if I really do need that. Let me maybe try the next one without it. Let's see. We don't use it all the time. We don't need it all the time. Let me see how it feels, the next one without it. Maybe okay, actually, being a bit lazy perhaps by using that paper. Yeah, see, we're okay. The sizing on the back is strong enough to stand up to it. Okay, thank you, I'll keep up. I can't say unless you're lazy is the right word, but it's sort of easier with that paper on the back there. So, is it like cardstock when you say hard? No. When I say hard, it's all relative. It's a piece of wet paper. It's obviously soft. When I say hard, it's just in relation to the ones that are around it. It's a soft, wet piece of paper, being relative. So. But it was too hard to print. It's really quite thick stuff. It hadn't got the moisture that it needed to make it soft enough and pliable enough to be printed. We talked about that before. The new paper, when I'm moistening it, it soaks in the moisture really quickly, and it obviously needs a bit more to get to the same stage. Questions, coming thick and hard here. What are we doing here? How long does it take before you put prints in the shop? Good night, cousin, the baby print. The woman, you mean the one, I know, Kawai-san. Kawai-san at the bench, he's practicing on this, you know. I think we're close. I myself just don't have time to do that right now. If it was, if there was nothing else to do, I would just run off a batch of those, put them in the shop. But we're all just so freakingly busy. Sugi-san's running Kickstarter prints for Jed. Just everybody is scheduled. So it's not that how long it takes. Is that we just haven't had time to schedule that job. So I'm sorry. I don't know. I have to write a little story to go with it. We got to set up the packaging, number it, put it in the catalog, do all the back end paperwork to get it in the shop. So I'm sorry, I don't know when it'll be in there. I really don't know. We'll post about it when it's there. So, if I'm not going to use that paper, I have to be really careful. Rotate this carefully. I've got some camellia oil we'll use. Just a minute. We'll be watching what's happening there. I guess it's better. You can see what's coming out as it happens now. Love this. Love it. Loose hair. You will, just look at the background. It's sort of okay right now, but without that interleaving sheet, we really have to make sure this is good and slippery. So a couple of dots. You can see it there. See a couple of dots there of camellia oil over the surface. You can't saturate it because it goes into the printing paper. Again, after the meeting with the paper maker, it was just a back and forth. We showed him the parts about his paper we were happy with. We discussed the parts that we were having trouble with and struggling with. And we had a pleasant back and forth. We went out for dinner together. No strain, no struggle. And I guess I'm not sure how to describe it in words. We would like him to do paper with a bit more fiber density. As we've said, his paper has quite a lot of open space between the fibers. It needs more water to moisten it. And we're not sure if it's capable of doing real multicolored printing, with 5 or 6 or 7 impressions that go over the same area of the paper. That's what Sugi-san's been doing. She's been doing that on our first print in the Boss Fight series. And some of those places in that print are overlaid quite a number of times, maybe five or six times. Pigment goes on the same part of the paper. And she has struggled with the new paper in those places. So in terms of the easiest thing to explain, we think we need more fiber density, more matte density in the body of the paper. The color is fine. The thickness, it's close. What we're wonderfully happy with on the new paper is there's no bark. This guy has 0 tolerance on the bark, and there is no crap in the paper whatsoever. And this is paper to die for, because the Living National Treasure paper we've been receiving is full of crap in it. And the last time I spoke to them, just last week, we upped our order for next year. And he specifically absolutely warned me when I was on the phone. He said, I hadn't brought it up, so I don't want to tell the guy, look, please try and make it cleaner, because we all know the story. There's no point in bugging him. He knows the paper needs to be cleaner. But even without me asking him, he specifically brought it up and said, we're struggling with the bark fibers, hesitation, ... in his conversation. And I'm like, yes, I know it's been difficult recently. And he said, well, this paper from now on, it's going to be difficult. When, the code words for telling me it's going to get worse from here on in, not better. But having said that, the new guy has got it under control. Yeah, Will's downstairs. He's working on the designs for the new cabinets. Or he's got the keys to the bank account and he's selling my business off while I'm up here doing this. I don't know. No idea. The question about the paper thinner. Did you learn why the paper was so much thinner than the sample? This was interesting. I got to be careful what I say here, I guess, because he's a good guy and a nice guy, and I don't want to muck things up. But when he came in the door and we were chatting before we actually brought out the paper samples and stuff, I mentioned, the shipment we got, the thin paper was thinner than the sample, and the thick paper was thicker than the sample by quite a degree. He said, no, I don't think so. I think they were pretty close, And I said, well, actually, no, I think they were quite a bit different, So we then got it out. I brought out the paper and brought out the samples. And as soon as we unrolled the paper shipment, he grabbed the first one. He said, that's really kind of thin, isn't it? I said, yeah, here's the sample. And we compared it. And the shipment really is thinner. And he said, oh, no, I think actually it's just the first sheet. This is the last one that came out of the vat. There wasn't enough Kozo. So we go through that stack, and they're all pretty thin. So without wanting to make the guy look like an idiot, I think what he had done was he had sent me a sample and just made a mental image of what he was going to do. And then when it came time to do the batch, his mental image was just not quite the same as it was. So yeah, he owned up to it right away. It was clear. He owned up to it right away and said, okay, we'll try and be more careful. And in an indication of the guy's character, he said, if it turns out that you think this stuff is too thin, send it back, money back completely. We'll put the paper towards the next batch. He just didn't even hesitate. No hesitation. Not, well, we'll sort of think about it. He just simply said, if you want your money back, tell me, and we'll give you your money back. He wants to do the right thing here. So the moment I told him, no, we'll work with it. We'll try and get the sizing ready to make this thing work. But just I had to let you know because blah, 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 blah. And he said, no, good. Thank you. Let's try and get this exactly right. So I'm a tiny bit disappointed in his skill at doing exactly what he said he's going to do. But, that's where we all are. So I forgot to wipe out. Somebody said dropped frame. What are you saying here? Bidding on my workbench? What? Just a minute. What's happening? What's this? So what's this? Yeah, William's, he's taken over my art. He's taken Jed away from me. Now he's selling my workbench. And I wonder if my mother's on the stream. I haven't heard from her in the past few days. She poked up on the stream here. Was it last week? My mother signed off, said goodbye, son, at the end of the stream. Nobody had a chance to say anything to her. I wonder if she's here today. Mom, if you're here, pop into the stream and say hello. Let people give a chance to meet you. She's here lurking, my mother the lurker. Actually, I should be careful. She doesn't know what that word means, so it sounds bad. Mom, say hello if you're here. Yeah, the paper is in really nice condition. I should have dumped that on a backing sheet earlier. Thanks for the hint there. Right, one more sheet in the stack, then I'm going to flip it and do the second side. I don't know, the second side, the second impression on the same thing. All right, there's the thing. Flip the stack, put it back in place. This is with one impression. It's not deep enough. It has to be deeper and richer. We could do it in one by putting more and more pigment on the block, but the danger that way is with a lot of pigment on the block and doing something in a single impression, there's quite a possibility of leaving brush strokes in it, and that would spoil the print in the sky. So I do it twice with a lighter blue twice. Oh, there it is, all caps. There's Bet Bull. Hey, good afternoon, Mom. Hi, Mom. Just so everybody knows, the lady there that says Bet Bull, that's my mother in Vancouver. She's watching from her apartment in downtown Vancouver. I don't get over there to see her as often as I should, I guess, but I saw her last month. I was over there for a week or so. I should explain. Mom, you're there. When people put an at mark, you know the at mark there. If somebody says at Bet Bull, they're trying to say something to you. So somebody just a moment there, and I just said at Bet Bull, hello there. It means he's directing his message to you, his comments to you, rather than somebody else. Here's somebody really polite. Evening, Mrs. Bull. You got the right idea there. I'm going to do the first one here with the backing sheet. Just a minute. Let me explain in a minute. For the second impression, there's a different reason for using this. The paper is smooth. We know we can get away with it. But the Baron is quite strong, and on a second impression, when the paper is really soft and just printed and really wet, there's a really strong possibility of leaving barensuji, those marks, those stripes that come when you press. By putting an extra bit of safety in there, we're going to get a nice smooth background. Look at this. I think this is coming up really nicely today. This is closer to the actual color. The iMac camera and my other camera show a different tone. I heard the question button, so let's see what's in there. Down to the mail program, Twitch questions. Oh, look at that. They've been stacking up for the past few days. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah. Okay, there's a bunch here. 6, 7, 8. I don't know, whatever. The one that just came in right now. He's asking about new paper. Can it be tub sized? Can the sizing be done while the guy is making it? There are papers that are made like that. Many modern papers are tub sized. We don't want that to happen. We want control over this absolutely by ourselves. The guy's going to make 500 sheets of paper that we're going to use for a year. We're going to use it in summer. We're going to use it in winter. We're going to, it'll have different requirements. So we don't want the whole batch of paper all sized the same way, even if we could trust them to do it the way we want it. So no, sizing has to happen much closer to the point of printing in our traditional world. I mean, the modern paper that you buy for anything else, it's all sized and calendared and whatever, all in the same machine that made it. No, we need the control. But actually, that's a good question. Good question. Oh, I forgot to wipe again. I'm missing stuff going by here that's going by faster than I can see it. Just I like this, I love this. It just rings all my buttons. Smooth, beautiful color, cleanly applied, with a simple, clean design that's going to go on top of it. Everybody's sort of laughing about these owls, but I think this is a classically beautiful print. It's going to be a mainstay of our catalog for a long time. I'm very happy we chose to do it. And I'm also happy we edited it. This isn't the raw print as it was made back in the Edo time. I edited it. I chopped a bit out of it, took some calligraphy off, rearranged it a bit, sorted out the colors, cleaned it up. And it really is a beautiful print. I've missed a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's see, like I said, there was a bunch more questions. What was the next one up in line? Somebody's letting me know the Heroes game is available. Wait, Amazon? What? Wait, this is news. The Art of the Game, Ukiyo-e Heroes, is now available in the US from Amazon. And somebody sent a screen cap from Amazon Prime. They've searched for Ukiyo-e Heroes with no hyphen. It's come up and it says Rent Movie HD $4.99. Rentals include 38 days to start watching this video. Buy Movie HD $12.99. This is news to me. I hadn't seen this. This is Amazon. Up to now, I've only known about iTunes. This says starring Dave Bull, Jed Henry, Motoharu Asaka. Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you very much. Amazon. I don't know if he sent a link there. Just a minute. No, he didn't send a link. So whatever, you can work that out yourself. The screen cap says Amazon Prime, and he has searched for Ukiyo-e Heroes. Ukiyo-e with no hyphen. There's more unread questions there, but just a minute. I can't leave this block empty for too long. Let me know what happens. So, Amazon. So we're on Netflix here in Japan, we're still in the Delta seatback system. I heard just 2 days ago they've still left it in there. It was originally supposed to be just for 1 month, last October. So we're still running in the Delta Airlines seatback system. Netflix here in Japan. iTunes in all English-speaking countries. Whatever that actually means, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. Is this Son of William's dad in the stream here? I'm not up to date with what's happening here. How are we for time? Okay, nearly 9. Yeah, we're fine, just on time. I think I let a hair slip away there. There's a thin white hair got onto the block. Oh no, it's inside the paper. Can't tell. Yeah, it's inside the paper, a hair. I thought it was mine. No, it's in the paper. Thanks, Mr. Iwano. Happens to me too, but I don't send them out to my customers. How's the weather in Mokuhankan, Dave? I think, do you mean the weather in Tokyo? The weather outside? The weather in Mokuhankan, you can see. It's chilly here, of course. Yeah, so. The hairnet thing, with us, it really shouldn't be a problem. I mean, I've got, kind of messy hair. But what happens is right now, I'm rubbing out the block. There's a light right in front of me here, shining directly down onto the wood, right up into my eyes. And the very last step, after I finish brushing out right now, the very last step, there it is, visual inspection, clean, shiny, away we go. So under normal circumstances for me, if I don't have to sit here and talk with 200 people or whatever at the same time, under normal circumstances, I get a last visual check and I can see there's no hairs on there. But then now I reach forward over here, grab this and pull it off, and that's when I sometimes lose one. So yeah, if this was mission critical, if we, I could, put a hairnet or something. For me, losing one of every few hundred prints. just the discomfort isn't worth it for me, no way. If it's a restaurant, it's a different question of priorities, but it's okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The Art of the Game is available through Microsoft's website. What? I know nothing about this. This seems to be exploding now the past few days. Microsoft's website means what? I'm sorry. Do they stream content? I'm sorry. I don't know what this means. I mean, to me, Microsoft, they make Windows. Do they have movies? I'm sorry. Microsoft.com store. I'm sorry, this is news to me. So it seems like the distributors of that video have finally really got off their butts and got something done. It's now iTunes, Amazon, Microsoft, whatever, all over the place. It would be kind of nice for them to let me know what's going on, but they decided not to do that. So we're not really buddies. We had quite a lot of tension while they were here during the filming. There's a hair right there. Can you see it? Chuck. Got one. You probably can't see it. There it is. You can. Choom. That was a brush hair. That wasn't a human hair. It came out of the brush just at the last second as the brush went over the paper. Oh, comments. How far do you live from work? It's a two-pronged answer to that. My home out in Ome is about a 2.5 hour train ride away from here. People out there do commute to downtown Tokyo. My neighbor does 6 days a week. 2.5 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours each way. For me, that's totally, absolutely, completely impractical. Not just in the sense of I lose the 5 hours each day. It's my choice not to spend 5 hours each day sitting on a train, standing on a train. So I doss here at the shop. I lie down on the floor. William's got the place I usually sleep down in the party room, so I just lay down in the office here next to Cameron's computer and slept the last few days. So my commute is seconds. I walk into this room and print, but the real commute would be impossible. So. Oh no, it needs this for the second one. What are we talking about? Tiny bit of hair pull up there. Putting a bit too much pressure on the second run. Be careful. Tiny bit of hair pull up. In the Japanese system, usually it's what they call a futon. It's a mattress mattress pad that goes on the tatami floor. You roll it up and throw it in the closet during the day. I myself, just my own quirky self, I don't use that. I just lie down on the floor. I think I'm skinny enough you can get away with it. I don't know. But yeah, it's normal ways. You've got a mattress pad in the closet. You roll it out, cover it with a duvet or something, and sleep. Tickets. We're talking about tickets. How much does it cost to take the train? How far are you going? Trains here are all distance based, you know. You're making me nervous about the hair now because we were talking about it, so check, double check. That's going to ask for another hair. Look like a real idiot. What's our time? 9:01. Okay. Oh, you mean the commuting, the train cost? I see. I get you. Okay. If I was coming in every day, yeah. What is it? From Ome to Shinjuku is 990 yen. And the subway, I think it's just 170 on the subway. So for me to go to Ome and come back, it's subway 170, I think, and train 990. And then at the other end is a bus, which is 240. So add those up, and that's my travel cost one way. It just multiplies by 2. In Japan, there are no return tickets. When you get a return ticket, it's just simply the outbound ticket times 2. There's no discount for returns. So what was it? 990 plus 170 plus 240 on the bus. Times 2. It's quite an expense. It doesn't actually matter for most people in Japan because all commutation expenses, commuting on trains and stuff, is all paid by employers. People don't pay their own train fares for going to work. Employers pay everything. In my case, of course, it's the same thing because I'm the employer. But some of the staff comes quite a long way. No, Shiba-san, she comes on Wednesday. She lives farther out than I do in Ome. So I pay that cost for her every single time she comes to work. It's a huge, huge expense. Here we are. This is the new paper coming back around again. This is the very thin one. My God, this is thin. The first time I tried this, I thought, what? This is definitely going to need the protection, otherwise we'll have barren marks. Very careful here, Dave. One thing the girls did like about it is that because of the thinness, there's no physical work involved. I'm just sort of like pushing the barren around the paper here. It's not sweaty goo work on the thin version. Look at that. It's almost as deep on the back as it is on the front. Get 2 prints for the price of 1. It's rich. It comes up. We're going to get a tiny bit of hair pull up, you know, a little bit of hair pull up. More than on the traditional paper. It's smooth. I mean, there's not a whole lot of difference. Color-wise, the paper itself is a tinted paper. Not tinted, it's not bleached. I don't know if I put them side by side. I don't know, under these light conditions, what you're going to see, I don't know. The one I'm moving up and down out here, that's the traditional paper. This is the new paper. It's a bit softer in tone and color. A bit more, what's the word, a straw color. This is bleached white. And because of that, the blue comes out as a different tone, a little bit different, you know. Whatever, testing. Sit down and look at the end of the day when it's all over. Now this next one is the thick one. And this next one, because the paper was so hard the first time through, I don't know if we're going to have a decent impression here. Let's see. Well, the first impression was there. It was fairly straightforward. Let's put a second one on top. My God, it's thick paper. Night and day. You can see the straw color more and more. Oh, I don't think we need that. It's holding up well. Scratching a bit, maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see. Well, I think we've got some hair pull up. Let's have a look. Yeah. Quite a bit of hair pull up. Too much. Let me tap that down. If we were going to use this paper, then it would need a stronger sizing. This is 40 grams per liter. If this was a full batch of this paper, 40 grams doesn't cut it. There's too much hair pull up. Color has come out okay. Let me go back to one of the previous. This is the traditional maker's paper. This is the paper we've been using for years. Quite white, bleached. This is the new paper. Straw color. You see the color tone comes out quite different because it's the paper. I mean, we've said this for years. Whatever color you see in our prints is the paper color plus the pigment color. So if it was a transparent white base, that's pretty much what you see in my mixing bowl. But the paper color here is tinting this. Quite different result. So as I say, usable, but it's a different mix. It needs a different way to be moistened. It needs a different way to be sized. So we couldn't really mix and match these two at the same time. The colors have to be mixed separately. So it's really quite a different. Oh, we've got some paper left on, some fiber left on the block here. Yeah, it needs different sizing, different moistening, a different pigment mixing. I think this is a conversation I'm not part of here. No, whatever. What have we got left here? It's just after 9 o'clock. Oh, I got to get going. It's like 1, 2, 3, I don't even know, 8 or 9 or 10 left. Sheesh. I'm talking too much as usual. Let's get going. Roll. It says with the LL includes printed on the new. We have issued no prints with the new paper yet. Nothing. Every print we've sent out for a quarter century, every print for the last quarter century has been on paper from the same maker, Iwano Ichibe-san. It's the Echizen Hosho from Iwano Ichibe. We have never yet issued a print on any other kind of paper. Yeah. Did I say I like this? Have I said that before? How long is this total process and how many pages are we doing? So topics, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But what I'm doing right now for somebody, we're doing owls, and I should mention what's happening. There's 60 sheets in the batch here. And if I was just nothing else to do, it's perhaps a day's work. By noon, I could have the backgrounds all finished. Then during the afternoon, I would print the owl outline and a few small leaf colors. So it's a day's work. But because I only have an hour, 90 minutes or so every day, it's going to be a lot more work, a lot more days. My problem is right now, we're out of them. The shipping center let me know a few days ago we have no more owls and orders are coming in. So what I might do now, I did 15 yesterday and 15 today. There's 30 sheets untouched. So what I might do tomorrow's stream, rather than do 2 more days of more backgrounds, shipping center is waiting. They need prints right now. So what tomorrow's stream will be is I'm going to finish, I'll take these 30 sheets, I'll take them to the end, send them to our shipping center so they can get going shipping, and then I'll come back and do the backgrounds on the remaining 30, rather than do them all in the exact same order. So tomorrow morning stream, what's today? Today's Sunday here in Tokyo. I'll finish this last batch now. There is 3 sheets in here right now. I'll finish these 3 sheets and fold up my paper and get down to work downstairs. And then tomorrow's stream, you'll see me doing the owl outline on this one and then leaves. And if it goes well, I should be able to just finish 15 or 20 or whatever copies so we can send them out for shipping. Then Tuesday, the day after that, I won't be at Ome, I'll be here. But I think it's better, let's just stick to the deal. Tuesdays is an off day, and I will be downstairs doing what I'm doing. I can mention one thing. Yesterday, Cameron-san was here yesterday. On Friday, Cameron was here, and yesterday, Kawai-san. We took a bunch of pictures downstairs. So sometime today, I will try and get a picture group, a slideshow or whatever, ready, so that you'll be able to get at least a handle on what's going on downstairs and what is facing us and what we're going to try and do. I'm sorry for the poor communication. I haven't done that yet. So. My part of the job yesterday was deconstruction. I ripped out the old toilet, took down half the toilet room walls, took out the toilet itself, ripped off the old door. So yesterday for me was toilet deconstruction. Whoops, dropped it. And I made a mistake at one point. The old toilet was still in there. We hadn't even shut off the water yet. I was just took out the door, bashed off this, bashed off that. And the old door is so low, you crouch in and go into the room. It just feels awful. So first step was remove the panel that was over top of the old door. Took off one side of it, started with the second side, and really it's something plaster. It was wood with some kind of plaster put on the top of it, whatever. So whatever. Go from the outside of the toilet, start banging. And all of a sudden, the whole panel cut loose and dropped to the floor inside the toilet room. And it turned out that it had 3/4 of an inch of plaster on it. And it was heavy. It hit the old toilet and smashed it. And we hadn't yet turned off the water. So we had our first little episode. It didn't cause a flood. There was no new water coming up. But the water that was in the bowl, bang, it's all over the room and fragments of ceramic and stuff. Kawai-san came running. Are you okay? What's going on? And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Whatever. Just deconstructing a toilet. He's just whatever. That's also funny. This is so funny. I can mention about Kawai-san. It's okay. He's a nice guy. We love him. I'm taking down part of this wall for the old toilet. They got a crowbar and a what do you call it? A sledgehammer, chisel, whatever. Crowbar. Rip part of this off. And he's cleaning up. And I felt a bit bad about this, so yeah, Kawai-san, you take over. You do the crowbar work for a while, and I'll take over cleaning up and nail pulling and stuff, whatever. So okay, he grabs the crowbar and he sort of taps at the wall a little bit with this thing, I didn't think about it much. He's not sure, trying to decide where to hit or whatever. He goes on. I'm cleaning up. 2 or 3 minutes go by and nothing's sort of happening. He's tapping around, and so I come up and get going. Let's tear this wall down. It turns out that he's nearly 40 years old. He has never held a crowbar in his hand. He's never been involved in any kind of construction work at all, and he doesn't know what to do. So I grab the crowbar, look at him, smash it in, and up it comes. And he's like, And he doesn't really, if you've never smashed anything, you don't know that you're allowed to do this. All of our lives, we're never allowed to break things. You know, it's not something normal people do. I'm not laughing at the guy. I'm just pointing out the cultural difference and the different experiences people have. When I was a kid, my dad was renovating houses. Here, Dave, grab the crowbar, do this, bang, 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 bang. And demo, it's cool, you know. How often do we get a chance to smash stuff, you know? And he has never, ever, ever had this experience. And it was really, really funny to when I realized this, okay, John, I'm going to have to explain what to do. You have to explain how to use a crowbar. This end will do this, this end will do that. You can actually pry both ways, left and right, and blah, 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 blah. And he got having fun. He got having fun, but he must have gone home last night. Oh my God, you know. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at the guy. I'm not trying to be insulting in any way. Just pointing out the experience, you know. Anybody who goes to a different culture, things you take for granted, other people don't have any idea about it. So of course, and this is just one of those things. Or is that the last one? What have we got? No, there's one sheet left. Okay, one more sheet today. Then we'll pack it up. Pack it up and get downstairs. And I'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same station. And I'll be printing owls, but I won't be printing the background block. I'll be printing the actual owl itself. Because people are waiting. People are waiting for them. We should advertise these things, you know, hot, freshly baked owls. In Japanese, it's yakitate. Just finished right now, just before you came in the shop. It was just freshly baked. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, last sheet today. Okay, there we go. Another batch of future owls. I've been stacking them heads and tails, Nate, because there's a white unprinted part on these. If I stack them up all the same way, I stack them up in the same orientation, this side of the paper tends to dry out and this part gets too wet. So anytime you've got an irregular, you know, if there's just a sky you're printing or just the sea or something, you stack them heads, tails, heads, tails, heads, tails. And by the time the paper comes around tomorrow for printing, the moisture has evened out and you don't have a hard, dry corner. As much as possible, the moisture has to be even over the whole surface of the sheet. It's got to stay at the same moisture level from start to finish of the entire process. Number one critical point. Nothing else, nothing is as critical as getting the paper nice and soft. Okay, I'm out of here, gang. It is 9:30. I've used up my allocated 90 minutes here. Just right, 30 sheets, so 15 plus 15. Heading downstairs now. I'll try and get a slideshow up later, see what happens. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, printing the owls themselves. Thanks again, guys. I missed the last part of the stream. I don't think it's been anything to do with me anyway, so it's okay. See you later. Step one, camera goes off. Goodbye. And I think, let's bring the owls out just for a second to try and get the ending shot, because Twitch seems to use the last frame. So if I put that here, get this ready. If I put this here and now turn off the stream, that'll be the last, that'll be what Twitch shows. Okay, bye-bye. See you next time.